Derek Chisora, the one and only Derek Chisora, who will fight Kubrat Pulev in a rematch at the O2 Arena on the 9th of July. And thank you for staying on. Mr. Chisora, should you not be sparring at the moment? Should you not be in a gym?
No, I sparred yesterday, which went very well.
It did?
Yeah, it went very well. I was excited. I still got it.
You've still got it.
I still got it.
We knew that. Has Anthony Joshua still got it? Are you confident this time when he does fight Usyk again, Eddie?
I'm actually, which might surprise, I'm a lot more confident this time than I was last time because he shared the ring with Alexander Usyk. There is a real sort of perception of mastery, of wizardry about Alexander Usyk that before people get in there with. I mean, that's why I said about Derek Chisora is very different. When Derek Chisora boxed Alexander Usyk, he weren't interested in overthinking anything. In fact, he set about Alexander Usyk for the first 3 or 4 rounds. I've never seen the look on anyone's face like the look of Usyk's face that night when Chisora boxed him. Then he got into his rhythm. AJ's got to do the same thing. But the fact that AJ shared the 12 rounds with him now, spoke to him the other night and he sort of said, I actually can't believe I boxed like that. I think now he accepts what was I doing. Yeah. Whereas for a long time, because he's stubborn, because he's a winner, he didn't want to hear people say, you can't outbox this guy. Don't do that. He said, I can. I can. I've improved. I've done this. And now I think he realises, just be yourself. Be yourself in there. And the addition of Robert Garcia, and I'm sure Derek will be in camp at some point, Tony Bell, all those guys were all willing him to do it.
What does Garcia, Eddie, what does Garcia bring to the table?
One, it's about belief, mine. It's about, Derek will tell you, you've got to believe in your corner. You've got to believe in a tactic, but you've got to believe in yourself. And that comes through sometimes the energy of the team. This guy, outstanding trainer. He's obviously his brother, Mikey Garcia, Jesse Rodriguez, who's a world champion now with us, Brandon Rios. So many great trainers of the past and a great fighter himself. But it's just someone that can inject that positivity in camp. And just last time, I just felt a lot of second guessing.
Derek, do you think AJ does it this time?
Yeah, 100%. Because the day he lost the fight, I called him. I'm like, you watched the fight? Because I watched only 3 rounds and I just stopped it because I was like, well, how am I boxing? I'm like, cool. That was it.
Listen, Eddie, Anthony Joshua seems a bit of a sensitive soul these days. So he's walking by Loughborough University and some students are hanging out the window and some of them are shouting that he's got a bit of a glass chin. So what does he do? He does an about turn, goes into the building, goes up and he speaks to them, and this is what he said.
Remember you're running him up, because when I bring people up here and I start cracking your glass jaws, none of you will like it. When your jaws start breaking, people start chasing you out of this uni, none of you will like it. Watch your mouths, because you don't know who you're talking to sometimes. I know, listen, all that public eye, I ain't into all that.
What was your take on that, Eddie, when you heard all this back?
Well, I think the most remarkable thing was that before he entered their apartment, he took his shoes off. True story. I mean, a lot of people would have just steamed in. He actually took his shoes off to have the conversation. I think, look, I understand the sort of split opinion on it. To be honest with you, I have to be honest, as I like to be, good on him, right? This is not Twitter, right? You want to stand there, you want to scream out of a window, and you want to abuse someone. And by the way, it was a bit deeper than you've got a glass jaw. Trust me, there was a lot of unpleasant things said. And it got worse and worse. Yep. And, the former world heavyweight champion, the Olympic gold medalist said, no. Not today, mate. You
go with Eddie on that, don't you, Simon?
I did. I said that, and absolutely. I said, good luck. Teach these kids a lesson in life. You think you're sitting in your mum's back room with your pants around your ankles sending people abusive messages on Twitter, you're in the real world. And you don't get to do that to people. I think if more people do that, I'm not advocating violence or I'm not advocating threatening language.
But at the same time, he also never went in there and started smashing the place up.
No.
I mean, it was
I think it's good. I think it's a good laugh lesson for those kids.
I think occasionally done the same, Derek.
I would have done worse.
He wouldn't have taken his shoes off.
I would have taken my shoes. I'd have smashed the whole house up. I'd have robbed them afterwards as well.
All right, well, that puts a different complexion on it.
But you can only do that once, Derek, can you? You can't run after. I admire AJ for what he did. But for everyone who shouts abuse at you, you can't go running after them to try and sort it.
Nobody shouts abuse at me, mate. I give it, but
you've got headphones on. You can't actually hear it.
No, but you know what? It depends. If somebody sometimes
depends about the mood you're in.
No, but Derek, Martin's right. The bigger man, it could be argued, would have walked away from it. Martin will have had.
I think he was right in this instance to do it occasionally, just to let people know. But you can't do it every day of your life, can you?
But also, it's hard being an ambassador, a guy that all eyes are on you at all time. You have to. People always criticise AJ. Like, you can't have it both ways. People criticise him sometimes for being, oh, you're too corporate. You know, you're too Mr. Nice Guy. You're too this, that. And all of a sudden, when he does that, it's whoa, what's that? Oh, you're showing your real side now. You've got to understand. You know, this is a young man from the estate who's changed his life through boxing. He's achieved a huge amount. But
he's got to use it, Eddie, hasn't he? A fuel, though, isn't he? When he's in there, go and prove people wrong.
It depends. How old were his kids?
I don't know, 19, 12. They're at university.
Well, the university students.
Okay.
But we don't have a society that respects people very much.
Not anymore.
So every now and again,
Not anymore.
people need to be held to account. And these young men will have been taught something there. The next time they feel they can say precisely what they want to someone else and do it in a manner which is not particularly... Listen,
again.
You take criticism because it goes with the territory. You can't take all the upside, right, and then take another down.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.